All right, welcome back. This is unit 1 still. We're going to talk about dimensional analysis. Um, so let's get right into it. Oh, hold on. What is going on with my computer? This is our name. Okay, so let's go. Okay, after this video, you should be able to explain what dimensional analysis is and how it is used in chemistry. You should be able to solve 1 or 2 step conversions using dimensional analysis and use the appropriate conversion factors to modify base units. Identify the units used in the SI unit system for length, mass, and volume. Okay. Use prefixes to write conversion factors. So that's what you should be able to do when we're finished with this. Okay. So what is dimensional analysis? Okay, so guys, this is where you have a definition. It goes on the left side of your Cornell notes. It is basically a method used to convert. Okay, so just remember that right here, convert. When we get it later on and when we get into chemistry, we start calling it stoichiometry. It's still basically dimensional analysis. It's just we've got different units of measurement instead of mass, length, and volume only. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind as we go through this. So it uses conversion factors. Again, conversion factors, which is basically a fraction. Okay. And if you know anything about conversion factors, it can go 1 over a number or a number over a 1, and you'll see that here in a little bit. Okay, so for instance, you know that 60 minutes equals an hour, but you can also say 1 hour equals 60 minutes. So if I were to write this as a fraction, I could say 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, or I can say 60 minutes equals 1 hour. There's your conversion factor. This is one and this is another way. Okay, and we basically use them, and you'll see in a minute how. You also know that 24 hours is equal to 1 day, or 1 day is equal to 24 hours, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, so important measurement prefixes. The ones that we're going to focus on are right here, the most in our classroom: mega, kilo, deci, centi, milli, and micro. So the base units are your mass, your liters, and your meters. Okay, so go ahead if you want to copy this chart down. You might already have it because we've already talked about this in a previous video. But if you need it again, write it down again. This is just a different way that you'll see it. Okay, so and if you have any questions, please bring them. The bigger prefixes are up here. That means these are very large numbers. These are the small prefixes. They're very, very small numbers. Okay. Helpful hint, always put the 1 with the bigger unit. Okay, so let's try some of these. Or actually, let's go through this. I'm sorry, I forgot. This goes first. When we're doing dimensional analysis, you write the K, which is the known value, and the U, the unknown value, which we'll start talking a little bit more about. Guess you later on what I do for math. But you write out a plan. Write out the units you are converting from to the units you're converting it, and the conversion factors. Okay. So write your known, put it over 1. Write your x, or write times, and then you have your conversion factors. Write the known units in the denominator. If you're not sure what the denominator is, just know it's the bottom. So I want you to write these steps down in your notes. Okay. So pause the video if you need to. Okay. All right, so let's do some examples. So here, how many centimeters are in 2.7 meters? So here's our known value. Okay, we have, and you do want to copy this down. Okay, so we have 2.7 meters. We want to go to centimeters. How do we do that? Well, the plan is simple. We're going from meters to centimeters. So if you recall, the bigger unit gets the 1. So here we go. 2.7 meters goes over 1. It's going to get multiplied 2. Now, here's something you need to know. You see where meters is here? If you're not sure, you're going to put it down at the bottom. So what's on the top? And I'm going to put this down. What's on top? Top goes down to the bottom. Okay? So like this. And it gets the 1. Okay? In this instance, it gets the 1. Here's the bigger unit, it gets the 1. Then we have 100 centimeters that equal 1 meter. So if you recall way back here, and I'm going to go back real quick. Right back here, centi, 1 liter, or 1 equals 100. So that's where we're at, okay? That's where I'm getting those numbers from. Okay? You want to cancel out the units that match diagonally. That's why the m's get canceled out, the meters. Okay, and you're left with 270 centimeters because you multiply the top and you get rid of everything on the bottom. The ones are gonna, sorry, my dog's barking. Lila, quit. You get the ones cancel out and then you just multiply. Okay, now if there were numbers on the bottom, you would divide. Okay, so here's some examples. Another example. How many feet are equal to 54.7 inches? So here's our known value, 54.7 inches, and unknown is the feet. Our plan is to go from inches to feet. We know that there's 12 inches per foot, or 1 foot to 12 inches. So here's what we were given. It goes over 1. Here's our multiplication. Which one gets the bigger number? Or which one gets the 1? The bigger unit. Oops, sorry. So the bigger unit is your feet. But if you remember, what's on the top is going to go down to the bottom. So our 1 goes on top. This case, you're going to cancel out the inches. You're going to cancel out your 1s, and it doesn't do it here, so I'm going to do it. You're going to cancel out the 1s. So now we have 54.7 divided by 12, and you get 4.56 feet. Okay? 2 steps. How many kilograms are equal to this many milligrams? Okay, so the plan, going from milligrams to grams to kilograms. It takes 1,000 milligrams to 1 gram, but it also takes 1,000 grams to 1 kilogram. So here we go. Here's what we're given. It goes over 1 times, okay, what's on the top goes on the bottom. So you see the milligrams and milligrams. The 1 goes up here for the grams, and it's going to come up. There it is. And then you cancel out the milligrams. What's on the top? Here's our grams again. Okay, so grams is going to go on the bottom, and there's 1,000 of them, so the 1 goes with the kilograms. You're going to get rid of all your 1s, and you're going to get rid of your grams, and they're going to do that for you, just the units, not the numbers, sorry. And you're going to multiply what's on top and divide by what's on the bottom. So you end up with 0.045 kilograms. Okay, so this was a little bit longer because I had some issues. I apologize. Fast forward if you have to. I'll see you in class. There will be a part 2 to this. Bye.